what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Hello? Are there people out there?
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Space Year 2050, or at least that's what it feels like. Welcome to the Flushing Bloke. I'm Siobhan. With me, beneath me, as it currently stands, is Brian.
Hello.
And to my... Hang on a moment, I've got to work this out. To my right, but your left, it's Eddie.
Good evening.
Right, there we go. That's all we've got time for tonight. Anyway. So, guys, how's the week been for you?
Today, this week's been it's been okay. We're still safe. We're still fairly contented. Sean finished his dissertation and essay and officially finished university. So get a job, you work shy fop, and bring some money into the house.
Bloody students. I don't know. Okay, Brian, how's your week been? It's been a bit interesting, hasn't it?
It's been interesting. We're slowly starting to dig ourselves out of whatever the hell we're in now.
Are you staying alert?
I am staying alert.
Okay.
Recently got diagnosed as not COVID positive, so yay.
Well done, you.
Yes, it's such a wonderful thing.
But everything's all right apart from
that.
that.
Know that I'm expendable. I mean, essential.
The clam pits await. My week's been interesting. Sort of. It's still been sort of going one weekend to the next without any human interaction apart from once a week with a person who does shopping. So that's doing my head in. But aside from that, I can talk about it now. You know what I'm going to talk about. The three doctors watch along. There's a three doctors tweet along. There was.
3 doctors?
Yes. I know. You could have knocked me down with a feather. Yeah, and I finally managed to tick something off my bucket list. For years now, I've been wanting to do that. Hello, Sean. Congratulations, mate. Get a job.
Time to move, Sean.
Students. I've been wanting to do that original opening scene in the TARDIS in the Three Doctors where Hartnell first appears on the monitor. But to do it as if... to do it as if Bill was well enough to be in the studio and preferably firing on all cylinders, quite frankly. And I've been wanting to do it, and I was in this case of, will I be able to do it with Tim Treloar, maybe at a convention? Or, I don't know. And then, of course, there's Chris Thompson as well, who does a superb Patrick Troughton impersonation, amongst many. Many impersonations, as opposed to other people doing that. Bizarrely, when this Three Doctors thing came along, this tweet along for lockdown, this thing suddenly happened. It took a virus to make it happen. So there's me, John Culshaw, Chris Thompson, Katie Manning, basically acting out that first Three Doctors TARDIS scene with the three of them, but as if Bill's actually in the studio acting with them. And the script's changed very slightly, but it's just to accommodate the fact he's there rather than just up on the screen. Bucket list tick. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Hartnell impersonation now. I mean, Big Finish is out of the question. They've got David, they've got Peter Purvis. I don't need me. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. I might do The Missing Adventures if I can find writers and sound editors, because I wouldn't be able to pay them. So yeah, so that was a big plus for me. That's been about it, though, really, if I'm honest.
Sounds like a hell of a week, though.
That sounds really exciting.
I've got to admit, I was over the moon. I was waiting to get a sneak peek of it, and Matt Chambers, who edited it, sort of said, you'll see it when it's released. You bastard.
Are they going to do the 5 Doctors then? So
they've done it.
Back to do
They've done the 5. I think it was one of the very first ones they did. It's not the well, it's not an official Doctor Who lockdown thing, but the Emily Cook, the main tweet-along lockdown thingies. Doctor Who lockdown is the thing she runs, and runs superbly, quite frankly, organising all these tweet-alongs and all the extra material that she basically directs and produces. She says in an interview I read today in Sci-Fi Bulletin Online, she's got she's got 5 in production at the moment, another 5. Brilliant. And the fact that everybody's just really rallying around to make these things. Told you, it's our finest hour. It really is.
Doctor Who fandom's just the most creative, just robust.
Well, it's the program itself. The program itself fires the imagination like nothing else. Oh, look, my media player has broken. That's interesting. Let's get rid of that. And we'll have to sing the intro to the Doctor Who piece. That's not going to happen. And now from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who. Actually, it's the Paternoster Gang. Yes, so we did listening for you, because we're kind like that. And we listened to Heritage Part 3, the third box set from the Paternoster Gang with Vastra, Jenny and Strax. The cuddliest Sontaran in the world. One of you go first. Good.
You first, Brian. You go first, Brian.
Okay, I'll go first. I love this thing. It was great. I was actually surprised that Madame Vastra is actually a human in real life. I mean, she plays a Silurian so well.
I believe the PC phrase is Earth Reptile.
Earth Reptile.
Earth Reptile, yes.
It was actually really good.
It really was, wasn't it?
I enjoyed the hell out of all 3 of these.
Without getting into the plot too much, each of the 3 plays does echo the overall title of Heritage. In the first one, Jenny, we get to find out a bit more about Jenny's past. The second one, we get to find out a little bit more about, not so much about Vastra's past per se, but something from Silurian history. And then
I actually want to find out a lot more about that. If there was like,
I think that's the big thing that's drip feeding throughout these box sets. That's the overarching thing. So for that to all come to fruition, we're going to have to keep listening. And then the third one is basically the Sontarans have decided they want Strax back, as well as the other Sontaran played by Christopher Ryan, who's also on Earth.
Just on.
Yeah. So, sorry, Eddie, you go first, and then I'll.
I was not looking forward to these for one
Really?
reason. Anything that goes serious, no, anything that goes back and there's even a hint, oh, it's Victorian, they were going to get historicals, and it's going to be, oh, meeting Queen Victoria. That just no, it's just not my cup of tea. These are just one-liner, quip-tastic. They're just hilarious from start to finish. Like you said, the first one we get a touch of Jenny's origin story. The second one was a bit of Strax and his trials and tribulations with a horny landlady who's taken a liking to him.
Oh, poor Strax.
Away
from me, boy.
Strax, look a bit dirty. Time for a bath?
Yeah, I can help you. It takes a little bit of time to run the bath, but it was, and it's just little, I don't want to spoil it, but even that one touches on kind of modern day, kind of a cultural icon at the end, and it's just, seriously, I was really surprised. I thought, yeah, I'm not going to like these. I want more, and I'm going to try. I really want more. I want to find out more about the Sontarans. I want to find more about Madame Vastra and the history of Silurians. It was just really, really well done.
I want to find out what the hell that giant chicken is under Devonshire.
It's Devonshire, love. That's why we're laughing.
But you know what? But there's a giant vat of crispy crumb in the Colonel Secret sauce in there as well.
Brian
Just
will be after
think-
the wings. He'll be after the wings.
Hey, those have to be gigantic things. I could eat for days.
They've got the biggest deep fat fryer in the world down there. It's,
What do you mean down there? I
Oh.
thought you had it up there with you.
oh no! It's the Devonshire people have that.
Devonshire.
Devonshire.
I loved them. I absolutely
Yeah,
adored them.
they're
They
brilliant.
were great fun. Strax. Everything it's like Ogrons. Everything they say is just pant-wettingly funny. Everything Strax says. And like I was saying to you just before, I don't know if some of the muttered asides are just Dan Starkey improvising or if they're scripted. But it's so Heritage 3. Go out and buy all the Heritage sets, all 3 of them. All right,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
it's brilliant.
Off the
And-
back of
I will
this.
say Arthur Conan Doyle had it coming.
Yes, Arthur. We were going to mention Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We were. There is one particular scene featuring Sir Arthur Conan Doyle that had me laughing myself off my couch. I'm not going to say what it is. You're going to have to listen to it. It's in the second story, and it was bliss. And the very fact is, of course, that Conan Doyle isn't actually basing the stories on Vastra. He's basing on whoever Holmes and Watson really were. Because you've got to remember, Holmes and Watson exist in the Doctor Who universe. I refer to the case of the all-consuming fire, my lad. Let's just quickly go to chat. Strax can breastfeed. Yes, he produces magnificent quantities of lactic fluid. So, I don't want to go into too much. That's the trouble with doing the new ones. You can't spoil it for people.
No.
No.
But we
no, you
can
can't.
tell you you've got to go out and get this. And
And
the
after
other
they
two.
first bring it up, it becomes a running joke.
Oh, very much so.
About
Vastra
Conan
does
Doyle,
not
to the
like
point that you can
Conan
actually
Doyle.
No.
Hear the annoyance in the silence.
Oh.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I don't
Yeah,
normally
it's-
say this, but go out and buy everything to do with it from Big
Yeah,
Finish.
Strax could potentially now be one of my favourite Doctor Who universe creations. And
I
it's
would
just-
agree. I would agree. And, I'm long and tooth fan here, and I still say yes. But
I want to see a series of these guys.
so would
like
I.
a TV series.
So would
Yeah.
I. The Paternoster Gang. I just wish they'd do it. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Yes, so there it is. Right, so to follow on from this, next week as a special treat, we're going to do another play with Strax and Jago and Lightfoot.
Oh, I can't wait.
As we know, Henry Gordon Jago is appearing in Heritage Part 4 when it's released for the Paternoster Gang. So I think we need to catch up, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Jago, Lightfoot and Strax will be listening to that. So if you've got it, have a listen and tune in and whatever. Sorry we can't go into more depth about Heritage, but you've got to discover this one for yourselves, guys. It is so worth it. It really is. It's brilliant.
We could spend the next hour talking about it. We really could, and we would just spoil it for everybody because it's
Yeah.
just start to finish. It's
Yeah.
I
just
don't want to
fantastic
spoil it
stuff.
for you guys because
Yeah.
it is really good and funny. And we need that right now.
Yeah.
Going into week
Oh,
5
very
billion
much
of-
so. Yes. In the space year 2050. That's something. Remind me of that. Yes. Now then, Jago Lightfoot, amazing. The way he was with Leela was so fatherly, without judgment. Well, that's Lightfoot being the perfect gentleman. So, in fact, Terence Dix explains it in the novel. He basically says because he's the gentleman, he doesn't want to embarrass Leela, so he picks up the haunch of meat and eats it as well. It's just lovely. You're quite right. It is a lovely relationship there. And again, I'd like to have seen more. Big Finish, I think, have done some with Jago and Lightfoot with the Doctor and Leela. I know they've certainly done one with the Doctor and Romana, which is interesting. Talking of which, the
Oh,
fourth
good
Doctor
segue.
Who Thank you very much. It was really good. Oh yes, the space thingy. I've completely wrecked it now. The space thingy. You know, we mock things like, aha, space medicine and the space year 2050 and this, that, and the other. You put the word space in front of something. I was watching the news, and suddenly they had a talking head come up, a pundit, who was credited as a space scientist. It's real. It's an actual discipline. Right, the fourth Doctor Who and his plucky tin assistant, the second K9. Oh dear, they're going on holiday, and it's going to be lovely, and it's going to be fun. And K9, because it's his first outing, bless him. You know, he's over the moon.
First outing for the Mark II.
The Mark II, that's what I meant, yes.
Mark 1.
I had differentiated. Right, hang on a second, referring to chat. There is a DVD. God, I'm showing my age. There's a DVD. Check out Keith Barnfather. They have done a thing with Miss Hawthorne, with the actress. You need to check that out. Keith Barnfather, real-time pictures. And there's also a book version from Telos Publishing. God, I'm good at this. Right. It's the Rebus operation. Hooray! We're starting the Keter time. Now we've done the third one. Yes, right. They've got their Mary Tan perving out of the way before the show.
Never.
No.
I can mute you, you know. I can mute you.
You might have to.
Yeah. We might need a minute here. Towel?
You know how to make a girl feel inadequate, don't you? Dear Bod.
Mary Tam makes everyone feel inadequate.
Yeah, except Lala Ward.
Yes.
Right. So, first of the thingy. Now then, had either of you not seen this one before?
I've got the box set, so I got it for Christmas a few years ago.
I saw it when I was a kid.
Okay, so I'll come to you first then, Brian, because this is your first adult viewing of it. Give an opinion now.
Loved it.
Eddie!
I'm going to repeat myself, right? So the Rebus operation, because it's set, it's in a different planet, but it's kind of like medieval, but it's got the Gunnar Campbell in it. It's got Charles Engel. I can't remember. Buddy. Anyway, it's got the Gunnar Campbell in it. Ian Cuthbertson is one of my favourite Scottish character actors. And the man just steals the Rebus operation. I thought
doesn't he pull Tom's performance up?
I think
Tom
so.
raises
I think
his
there was
game.
a little bit there that Tom was like, oh dear, I've got competition for this one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He always loved having really good actors on the show. Somebody to, Garon is just, it's another one of those genius characters. It's another Robert Holmes job, you know? And sorry, we've mentioned Jago and Lightfoot. The Paternoster gang, I've often thought of the Russell T Davies era as being a cross between Terrance Dicks and Graham Williams. But Stephen Moffat's is Robert Holmes. And the Paternoster gang, with the language and everything else like that, that's a similar sort of thing. The Rebus operation is lush. It looks amazing. Dudley Simpson's music isn't overbearing. And
it has a big-eyed monster.
The Shrivensal. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's got the dragon from Rent-A-Ghost in a double, and an early role.
I think you're thinking about the Merca there. Not that you often do, I hope. It's just joyous, isn't it?
It's a romp. It's another just rip-roaring romp. And like I said, that's a good observation because Ian Cuthbertson is just... Ian Cuthbertson generally tended to play the same kind of rogue, rapscallion, con merchant, couldn't trust him, but you couldn't help but like him role. And that's what he was just reverting to here. And maybe Tom did feel a little bit...
I think so. Hello, Radox the Green. If you go onto Mixcloud and have a look through there, you will see that Joe and I, on the audio podcast, looked at the Rebus operation. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which episode. I really should come prepared for these things, really, shouldn't I? Thing is, I don't know which episode it is because there were hundreds of them. Anyway, so Mary Tam, then go on. How good an actress is
The
she?
white dress. She was
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't get to see her
She
toes this
played
week, but you know
off
what? That was...
all of it.
Guys, couldn't you get this out of your systems last week? No.
No.
What have you
So
found?
she actually played the perfect straight man for it.
Yeah.
For all the gags, for all... She was the perfect audience.
Spider!
insert.
Big spider.
Don't worry about the spiders. It takes more than one to eat you.
Yeah, reassuring. Thanks. Luckily, Charlotte is on guard. However, if you do hear a scream and I vanish, it means it's actually got free and is coming towards me, and I shall have
This is
to
a funny
employ. I shall have to employ the Slipper of Doom with +3 spider killing.
Unless it's a radioactive spider.
Ooh, I wonder if I can get them to bite me. Oh no, I didn't enjoy it. I got bitten by a spider last year, and basically, well, my hand became a balloon.
I'm just too old to have the responsibilities of Spider-Man.
Ah, hang on. No, that's not a spider. It was a daddy longlegs. I found out because Charlotte just clawed the air. And so on her, I can live with daddy longlegs. They're cool. Ah, dear me.
They're usually the most venomous.
Well, daddy longlegs.
Yeah, they just don't have the big fangs to inject it into you.
I don't get the feeling that
You can look it up.
no. I'm starting to think evolution occasionally does some very strange things. I mean, I've said this before, but why is it all the food that's good for us tastes disgusting, and all the food that's bad for us tastes brilliant? How did that happen?
asking.
Evolution should have flipped it the other way round, so that we would be naturally attracted to eat the stuff that's good for us, and the bad stuff, would be stuff like chips. But no. It's gone the other way round. Evolution's trying to kill us.
That's because Mother Nature doesn't have the test kitchen that Lay's or Doritos has.
I was thinking Heston Blumenthal. I've no idea why. Oh, well, there we go. So,
Mary Pam.
yes, so moving on to the key to time. Who was the guy at the start in the wicker chair?
Oh, so the White Guardian. So we were introduced to the White
Are
Guardian.
Yeah.
you sure?
Well, the Black Guardian can take many forms.
Why not just send the Doctor on the thing for his own amusement? It could have been the Black Guardian. Andy Lane's got a fascinating viewpoint on the Guardians. I've always liked this. The Doctor is the Black Guardian's favourite because everywhere they go, they cause chaos. They upheaval to systems and societies and this, that, and the other. Whereas something like the Daleks are beloved by the White Guardian because they bring order. It's an interesting theory.
So why does the Black Guardian employ Turlo to try and kill the Doctor?
I did say it was Andy Lane's theory. He's gone! That
gone.
gets me out of answering that. I wonder what happened there. If you'd like to take the crayon you were provided with, chat, and draw Eddie's face on your monitor, it'll be just like the real thing. Nope, he's not there.
Listen close, you can actually hear him.
If you listen close, you can hear those drummers. Oh. Sorry, I'm thinking Duran Duran lyrics. Ah, hang on a second. Look, there's a person. I think that could be Eddie. I don't know. Oh, he's moved. Are you back now, love?
Virgin Media, hate them. They do this deliberately to me.
Actually, I'm actually quite grateful for them at the moment. Yes, right.
Yeah, I
So,
lost connection. Sorry. So did you hear what I said though? So why does the Black Guardian employ
yeah,
Turbo
we
to
we,
kill
are,
the
we
Doctor?
we answered that whilst you were away.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, fine then. We can carry on then.
You can check the video on YouTube afterwards.
I'll go back and watch it later.
Yes, please
Because
do.
the Doctor is the Chaos Bringer.
So, did we enjoy the Rebus operation?
Yes.
Yep.
It was
Again,
interesting. Sorry, please.
No, just good banter between Cuthbertson and Baker. I really, Ian Cuthbertson's really one of my favourite character actors. Full stop.
You see,
Lovely the man is introduced. I can't beat that.
I think it's interesting. We've listened and watched two Doctor Who things that are similar to a certain thing, with the richness of the character and the dialogue, which, for example, the classic Who you only got with Robert Holmes. And then nowadays, and as I say, comparing it to Moffat. Now, I'm not saying Moffat is the great Robert Holmes, but I am saying there is a similarity in writing styles up to a point, certainly with dialogue and the richness of it.
And Moffat wasn't opposed to a good story arc as well, and Key to Time. It's probably one of the early examples.
Well, I don't think that was Robert Holmes. I think that was Anthony Reid as the script editor. In fact, Graham Williams came up with the original idea. He presented it as a complete paper to, I think it was Graham MacDonald, his boss. Thesis, antithesis, etc. Explaining the whole concept of the key. It was a bit highbrow, to be honest with you. First, a proposal for a story arc, but there we go.
Am I right in saying that they revisit the Key to Time with Big Finish?
They did a Peter Davison thing with the Key to Time. Did you see what they did there?
I think that was. I think that was on BBC Radio 4. I'm sure I've heard that.
BBC Radio 4. Right then, that's your Doctor Who for this lot. We enjoyed that. That was good. Do you want to know what you're doing next week?
Yeah, might as well.
Pirate Planet.
Go on. Pirate Planet. Oh, okay.
No one mentioning Tom's lip yet. Okay.
Is there something wrong with Tom's lip?
I'll leave it till next week. Okay. The other thing which we did miss, and I'm not going to let you get away with, Unstoffe and Binro the Heretic. Was that not one of the most beautiful scenes in Doctor Who, with Unstoffe telling Binro he was right?
Yes. Yeah. That was
That was perfect.
Beautifully
And
played.
it sets up the whole thing. Yeah.
Beautifully played.
Poor fella sacrifices himself as well.
That was what happened to the Heretic.
He'd heard what Unstoffe had said, and it was just, my life is made now. I'm so grateful, and yeah, absolutely wonderful. Binro was right. I'm tempted to get a T-shirt with that on, if I'm honest. No, I'm not. Okay. Everyone in the village is, they're taking a speed learning course, and the prisoner's not happy about it. He thinks there's something a bit fishy going on, and so he investigates. I'm going to come straight out and say this right now. I found this one really boring.
It's not one of the better ones, no.
No.
I'll leave it to you two to really chat about this one. Try and have a conversation. Go on.
Part of the history around this as well is that Magoon didn't want to write as many episodes of The Prisoner that he was forced to actually do.
That's correct.
And I firmly suspect that this was one of those, probably done in a very short space in time. Okay, we'll knock something at the park and we'll put this out. It's not one of the better ones. It's there.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Go for it.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah.
It's all right, because
Yeah.
we've had problems recently with the streams cut off, and we've had to restart. So I'm a little nervy on that. Because, I mean, they actually wanted, was it 22 or 25 episodes? And they
Yeah,
managed to
wanted to
do
run for
17
America.
in the end.
Yeah. And it's also it's one of the kind of strange ones as well. So you'll recognise that it's the same number 2 that was in A, B, and C.
It was the same filming block,
It
wasn't
was.
Who is kind of left in time in as part of A, B, and C is he's failed, and the phone ominously rings at the end, and you know that's him for the chop. This is another one. Because we're doing it in the proper viewing order. It really should have. I would suggest this is probably one that would have been before A, B, and C. So it was a filler exercise. It was a setup for A, B, and C, but because of the way it was broadcast in the UK, and that's the order we're following on it slightly doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the general is. I mean, what's the story? You can do it in 3 bullet points.
Speed learning. Six isn't very
it's
happy
also
about
very
it.
obvious.
Subliminal messages. He tries to get them to rebel,
Lip farts.
putting in another message in there, and that blood farts.
Lip
That's
farts.
it, done.
And like he said, sausages, because it's all very well having the knowledge, but you don't have the context for that knowledge. Therefore, working through all that knowledge would take a lot of time, drawing the right conclusion, etc. Yeah, you can recite facts left, right, and centre, but
They introduced another number 1 because it's the whole thing around with the professor who is there against his will, and his wife's he's basically trying to protect him. But then there's the mysterious general who ends up being a machine. Never saw that coming. That was a
It
major
was
shock.
very obvious from what I was watching. The
And then we're left.
computer, whose computing power is like a third of what my phone can do.
Oh, wonderful.
Picking up, the basement of that entire building.
That's what it was,
And
though.
the
Isn't it?
computer's blown up because he asked the impossible question, which is why?
Why?
And
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And
right,
again,
sorry.
why did they do this episode? And we know why, because Magoon was pressured into doing more episodes.
For my
Well,
Arnold
the thing I
Brown,
would say-
Because they told him to.
for my Arnold Brown story, please. I refer you to last week's episode because I told it a week early. There we go.
And why not?
And why
And
not?
also, McGowan, the worst spy ever.
Number 12.
No, he couldn't. He was very open about, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get the data, and I'm going to throw a wrench in. And nobody suspected, oh, hey, we probably shouldn't tell this one guy who's, trying to escape here about everything.
What's the next
He
one?
wasn't dealing with the biggest number 2, but I would say there's only one very small saving grace that kind of brings it back to current day. In fact, very topical. The post at the start, it can be done, trust me, and it's about empty slogans and posters. Boy, did that not come to fruition in the afternoon when it became stay at home became stay alert.
You'll notice
Yeah,
the nudge
what the
unit
heck
has
does that
been in the number 10's nudge unit has been in action there. The stay at home poster has red emergency things. The stay alert poster has green.
Yeah.
Yep, they're out to kill
Absolutely.
people. Sorry, that's brought it
Yeah.
down a bit.
So, and we've all to go back to work. So, Sean, get a bloody job.
Right, okay, that's it. We've done that for today.
The next one,
Yeah, please.
many happy returns.
Oh, I like
Richard
this
Bell.
one. It's a good one.
Yeah,
You'll like
that's
this
fair.
one, Brian. You've already watched the whole series, haven't you?
No, I haven't been that bored yet.
Okay. We're looking at doing Quatermass once we finish with The Prisoner. The trouble is it's access to them. Because I want to do the TV series before we hit the films. Or at least do each film after we've looked at the TV series. And access is a little tricky if they don't want to spend money. I mean, I've got the DVD box set. But, yeah. Like I say, we'll sort something out somehow.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So next week we are doing Jago, Lightfoot and Strax, unless something else crops up. We will be looking at The Pirate Planet by Douglas Adams. And, yeah, many happy returns. That's going to be fun. Anybody got anything planned for next week?
outside of work, I'm going to continue listening to the Time. Is it Times? Sorry,
Time Slip, yes. We are going to look at that Time Slip box set.
I really enjoyed part one. That again, a TV series from the early 70s, which I didn't know
My
existed.
mistake. I didn't realise they'd released part one first. I thought that was the first box set, but you should now have the box set for review.
I'm going to be listening to that this week.
Yes, I'm going to have a little listen to that. I've been watching Time Slip on YouTube, and it's got me as how adult it is for a kids show. And I don't mean adult, but the drama is taken seriously, and it doesn't talk down to the kids either. It's really good in that respect, and it also has some of the worst acting ever seen in John Barron's.
I was going to say that's CJ.
CJ, yes. He wouldn't have got where he was today without bad acting. It's the Deacon. It was dreadful.
Yeah. I watched the first two, and I saw that one, and it is just CG in space. It's unique. But the kids are good. The
kids are very good.
Are really good.
And indeed, in the new Time Slip box set, the kids are back. Well, they're the older people. They've got the original cast back for it. I'm looking forward to listening to it. Hello. Oh, we've come in. That's good. It's all right. It's a bit windy and wet out there at the moment, and the cats are not happy with me about it. What is Time Slip?
Here yesterday.
Let's answer a question from chat. What is Time Slip? Time Slip was an ITV series in the early 70s, probably 1970 itself, where two kids go to the countryside and they discover near an abandoned army base a sort of force field. However, it's got a gap at the bottom, and they can slip through that gap, and suddenly they find themselves in the 1940s. The base is active, and there might be naughty people around. And I'm not going to say any more than that, but it proceeds from there, and there are several stories in different time periods. It's one of those overlooked classic kids' TV shows, I think. And I think the way it's actually put together, it is better than The Tomorrow People. The Tomorrow People. Now the thing is, it had the same people working on it. Ruth Price, for example. Look, The Tomorrow People was good, but it did.
Of The Tomorrow People, I wasn't a big fan of. I liked it when they brought it back.
There's two remakes of The Tomorrow People.
There were two. There was one on the CW just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and there was one in the 90s
That's what I'm
as
talking
well.
about. And the kid, there was a.
No, the thing about The Tomorrow People is they would do silly stuff. You know, you'd get silly chase sequences or whatever. You don't seem to be getting this in Time Slip. It's just drama. And I like it. Like I say, it just doesn't talk down to the audience. It's good. Plus, seeing that performance by John Barron is worth it.
Oh, definitely. CG in space is great. Sean is also asking on the chat as well, going back to The Prisoner. What did the question, why destroyed the machine, shouldn't have been why did number 6 resign. I totally agree.
I disagree.
That would have been perfect for me if it was just why did I resign. No. The question they don't have the answer to destroys the machine.
However, yes, but the machine could turn around and say this is an unknown quantity. Whereas why is such an ambiguous question. The computer's going all over the place trying to find some context in which to answer it. So there. No. Mr. Okay. Prisoner expert.
I'm going to side with my son in this one.
Nepotism!
Yeah, sorry. Andy also, if he gets a job, he's bringing money into this house. So come on, Sean, get a job.
Yes, and Time Slip is on YouTube. Start... what's the first one called? Oh, Lord. Start with the one before the Year of the Icebox. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. Can't remember either. They're all on YouTube.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube. Just start at the beginning, basically. Good stuff. But we'll look at the new box set of Time Slip, depending what comes out from Big Finish in the meantime. It's one which isn't a definite review thing. There's other stuff to look at as well.
If you're going to get the Big Finish, definitely I'd suggest watch the first couple of episodes because I had no idea what it was at all.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they should have hopefully I'll have explained the setup in the first of the.
I like it. Yeah.
We'll come to it if we look at it. Right then, we're going away. We're going away. Yes, I know. And now I can't play. Yeah. Now the thing is, I cannot play us out with our theme video thing. So I wonder if I could ask you gentlemen to sing it. No. Right then, folks. That's it. I could, but I'm not going to.
The only thing that popped in my head right then was the theme to Red Dwarf.
Yep. If you need to watch this again, Christ knows why, but it's on the YouTube channel for Bibble Thruster. And also there's a version of me singing the theme tune, my own version of the theme tune. I had a look at that the other day. Right, we're going. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Also,
Bye-bye.
seeing you.
Oh, yes, be seeing you.
Yep.